In the shadows of major cities across the world, a hidden empire thrives, operating in silence but with immense power. This empire isn't a country nor is it a corporation. It's the notorious 14K Triad, a criminal syndicate with roots in Hong Kong but a reach that spans the globe. For decades, this triad has maintained control over a vast array of illegal activities. But how do they fund their operations? And what keeps them so connected and powerful? Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the 14K Triad, revealing the methods they use to fund their criminal empire and how they're connected globally. The 14K Triad was formed in 1945, not by criminals seeking fortune, but as a resistance movement against Chinese communism. In the heart of China's civil war, military officers and members of the Kuomintang, the Nationalist Party, established the group in Guangzhou, China. Initially formed to protect business interests and engage in anti-communist activities, the Triad quickly evolved into an underground criminal organization once the Civil War ended. From the streets of Hong Kong to the farthest corners of the world, their influence grew. While the 14K Triad began as a political force, it gradually transformed into a criminal syndicate after the rise of the Chinese Communist Party. The 14K turned to illicit activities like extortion, smuggling, and racketeering to expand its power. Today, it is one of the largest and most powerful triads globally, with over 20,000 members across multiple continents. The 14K Triad's wealth comes from a vast array of criminal activities, but the main source of income? Drug trafficking. The Golden Triangle in Southeast Asia, which includes Myanmar, Laos, and Thailand, is infamous for being the world's largest opium-producing region. But it's methamphetamine, meth, that's become the 14K's bread and butter. Controlled by multiple crime syndicates, including the 14K, this area is where the Triad imports and distributes massive amounts of meth worldwide. Their primary market is the Asia-Pacific region, but the syndicate has branched out to Europe, North America, and even Australia. And they don't just control production. They run sophisticated trafficking operations that move these drugs across continents, generating billions of dollars in illicit revenue. With the huge profits made from drug trafficking, the 14K has mastered the art of money laundering, a necessity to keep their operation running smoothly. The Triad invests in legitimate businesses worldwide to clean their illicit funds. Casinos in Macau, restaurants in major cities, and luxury real estate ventures are just some of the industries the 14K has infiltrated. These businesses allow them to move large sums of money without raising suspicion. It's a classic laundering technique, but the 14K's operation is on a massive scale. By funneling illicit funds through casinos, the Triad can clean vast sums of money with minimal risk. The 14K's casinos in Macau alone account for a significant portion of their laundered income. Real estate investments in countries like the United States, Australia, and Canada further expand their wealth. The global real estate market becomes a perfect front for shifting millions of dollars, making it harder to trace their dirty money. While drug trafficking and money laundering may be the biggest revenue sources, they aren't the only ones. Human trafficking and cybercrime have become increasingly important to the 14K's operations. The Triad is deeply involved in smuggling people for forced labor and sexual exploitation, especially in Southeast Asia. From illegal gambling rings to sexual exploitation, the 14K profits from human misery, using violence and intimidation to control their victims. But their operations don't stop there. The rise of online crime has allowed them to capitalize on the digital age. Cybercrime is a booming business for the Triad, especially online fraud. One of their most notorious schemes is the pig butchering scam. This online scam involves tricking victims into investing in fake cryptocurrency operations. The victims are manipulated into sending large sums of money, which the Triad pockets. The 14K isn't just limited to Hong Kong or Macau. Their criminal network stretches around the globe, with major operations in North America, Australia, Latin America, and parts of Europe. In the United States, the 14K has established ties with local gangs, particularly in California, where they control a portion of the illegal gambling market. In Australia, they have deep connections with local biker gangs, allowing them to import meth into the country with ease. Even in Latin America, where their presence is often overshadowed by the Mexican drug cartels, the 14K is becoming a force to reckon with, particularly in the illicit wildlife trade and gambling operations. Some reports even suggest that their reach extends to political influence, with the 14K allegedly having ties to corrupt officials in various countries, which gives them the ability to operate without facing major legal repercussions. Every empire has its leaders, and the 14K is no different. Among the most infamous figures in the Triad's history is Juan Quacoy, better known as Broken Tooth. A former boss of the 14K's Macau branch, Juan was deeply involved in the casino operations and money laundering schemes. Though he's currently incarcerated, his legacy continues to haunt the Triad's operations. Despite Juan's arrest, other powerful figures have emerged to continue the Triad's global operations, including C. Chilop, who heads the Samgor Syndicate, a powerful drug trafficking ring that works closely with the 14K. The 14K's ability to evade law enforcement can be attributed to several factors. One is their decentralized structure. Unlike traditional gangs, they don't have a central command. Instead, they operate in cells, each with autonomy, which makes it difficult for authorities to dismantle the organization. Moreover, the Triad's deep ties to political corruption and its ability to corrupt officials in various countries give them an edge in avoiding prosecution. They have money, power, and a network of alliances that stretches around the globe. Despite ongoing efforts by international law enforcement, the 14K Triad continues to be one of the most formidable criminal syndicates in the world. Their ability to adapt to new technologies, infiltrate legitimate industries, and forge powerful international connections has ensured that they remain a major player in global crime. As long as the 14K Triad remains connected, their operations will persist. And as long as their power continues to grow, their criminal empire will remain untouchable.
Thank you for watching Crime by Chapter. If this case left you wanting more, like and subscribe so you never miss a moment.